الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله صدق وعده ونصر عبده وعزم جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وسلموا تسليما كثيرا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده أما بعد قال الله تعالى في القرآن الكريم فصل لربك وانحر وقال تعالى إن إبراهيم كان أمة قانتا لله حنيفا ولم يكن من المشركين شاكرا لأنعمه اجتباه وهداه إلى صراط مستقيم صدق الله العظيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا الا ما علمتنا انك انت العليم الحكيم اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا ان الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا ايها الذين امنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل وسلم على عبدك ورسولك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وعلى من تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. My dear respected elders, brothers, sisters and friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. تقبل الله منا ومنكم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He grants us these moments of happiness and these moments of goodness and these moments of khayr over and over in our lives. عجبا لأمر المؤمن إن أمره كله خير. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam says in a hadith that strange is the situation of a believer إن أمره كله خير, that all of his matters are khayr for him. وليس ذلك لأحد إلا للمؤمن, and this is for no one except for a believer. That whatever situation he is in, he believes it to be khayr from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He believes it to be goodness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنْ أَصَابَتْهُ السَّرَّاءُ شَكَرَ فَكَانَ خَيْرًا لَهُ. When some moments of goodness and happiness come to him, that he is grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is better for him. وَإِنْ أَصَابَتْهُ ضَرَّاءُ صَبَرَ فَكَانَ خَيْرًا لَهُ. And if some moments of difficulty come upon him, he is faced with some difficult situations, some tests and tribulations, then he does sabr, and this is better for him. So shukr or sabr, whatever condition we are going through, whatever state we are going through, this is khayr for our believer. On this day of Eid, we take this to be a day of happiness and enjoyment, a day which we spend with our families, a day wherein we feel joyous. Even the little kids feel joyous, and they are able to understand the happiness of this day. Today is the day of Eid al-Adha, a very, very blessed day in all aspects. It is the 10th day from the first 10 days in the month of Dhul Hijjah. وَالْفَجْرِ وَلَيَالٍ عَشْرٍ. It is from the 10 days of the last day from the 10 days of the 10 auspicious days of Dhul Hijjah. Today is the Yawm al-Nahr, the day of sacrifice. This is the first day from the 3 days which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has stipulated for Udhiyah, Qurbani. Today is also the day of Eid. It is a day of celebration. لكل قوم عيدا وهذا عيدنا. Every qawm, every nation has an Eid, and today is our day of Eid. It's a day of Eid. It's from the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. It's from the Ayyam al-Nahr. It's a very, very pleasant day. This itself calls that we do shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. عن أنس بن مالك رضي الله عنه قال قدم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم المدينة ولهم يومان يلعبون فيهما في الجاهلية فقال إن الله قد أبدلكم بهما خيرا منهما يوم الفطر ويوم النحر. رواه أبو داود وأحمد. When Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came to Medina, he saw that the people were celebrating 2 days. They were celebrating 2 days from the time of Jahiliyyah. So then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that our celebrations are just 2 celebrations, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. These are the 2 days that we celebrate as believers. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says in a hadith, أيام التشريق أيام أكل وشرب وذكر الله. And in another narration reported by Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma, he says that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he came on the day of Mina and he said in a loud voice, ألا تصوموا هذه الأيام فإنها أيام أكل وشرب وبعال. Meaning that these days are days of happiness. These days of Ayyam Tashriq, the days of Eid and the days following the days of Eid. These are days of happiness. And what did Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam say that we should do on these days? In one hadith he said, Ayyam Aql wa Shurbin wa Dhikrillah. They are the days where we eat and we drink and we do the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We enjoy ourselves and we do the dhikr of Allah. And in another hadith he mentions in the end, there will be al and to spend time with your families. On this day, we commemorate the life of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. The rituals of Eid are there to commemorate the rituals of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, which he went through with his family. The act of sacrificing an animal, the act of Nahr, the act of Udhiyah, the act of Qurbani, is there to commemorate the life of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. إني أرى في المنام أني أذبحك فانظر ماذا ترى قال يا أبت افعل ما تؤمر ستجدني إن شاء الله من الصابرين. That when Ibrahim والسلام, he saw a dream, and in the dream he saw he was sacrificing his son, and he asked his son that, oh my son, this is the dream I have seen, what do you say? So his son said, oh my father, if you saw the dream, this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so whatever Allah is telling you to do, then you should do that. So he was ready to sacrifice his son. Now what was the symbol behind this? The symbol was not just a sacrifice, but his will to submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His will to subjugate himself and accept whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him to do. Without any question, without any question, without any objection, he accepted whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had ordained for him to do. And his son also accepted this. And it is because of this extreme, you can say this high level of submission of Ibrahim alayhi salam, which is why he was known as Khalilullah, the special friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Khalil means a very close friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ibn Kathir rahimahullah ta'ala, he says, لِشِدَّةِ مُحَبَّةِ رَبِّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ لَهُ لِمَا قَامَ لَهُ مِنَ الطَّاعَةِ. Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make him as Khalil? Because of his extreme obedience to Allah. So when a person, and for him showing his love to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah loved him Allah. So when we do whatever our beloved wants for us to do, then they will also have love for us. So because he did whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted him to do, what is it? He had muhabbah for Allah. But Allah made him his mahbub as well. Why? Because of his subjugation and his submission. So this is our goal in life. Not just to have love for Allah, but to become the mahbub of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like how Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam did. Full obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From the life of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, there's many lessons that we can learn today. I wanted to focus on one specific aspect of his life. One specific aspect. Before we go into that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ رَبُّهُ بِكَلِمَاتٍ فَأَتَمَّهُنَّ قَالَ إِنِّي جَاعِلُكَ لِلنَّاسِ إِمَامًا قَالَ وَمِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِي قَالَ لَا إِلَهَ وَحْدِ الظَّالِمِينَ. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he put Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam to a test with certain words, and he fulfilled them, and he said that I am going to make you an imam for the people. He said, from amongst my progeny. He replied that my promise does not extend to those who are unjust. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made Ibrahim an imam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made Ibrahim inna Ibrahim kana ummatan qanitan lillahi hanifa. He was a leader for all the people. He himself was like a ummah. He was a leader and a guide for so many different people. وإبراهيم الذي وفى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in regard to Ibrahim that he is the one who fulfilled this promise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah is putting a stamp of approval on Ibrahim submission. One of the aspects of the life of Ibrahim was his great concern for his progeny, his great concern for his children, and the advice he gave to his children. وَمَنْ يَرْغَبُ عَنْ مِلَّةِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ إِلَّا مَنْ سَفِهَ نَفْسَهُ وَلَقَدِ اصْطَفَيْنَاهُ فِي الدُّنْيَا وَإِنَّهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ لَمِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ إِذْ قَالَ لَهُ رَبُّهُ أَسْلِمْ قَالَ أَسْلَمْتُ لِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ وَوَصَّى بِهَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ بَنِيهِ وَيَعْقُوبُ يَا بَنِيَّ إِنَّ اللَّهَ اصْطَفَى لَكُمُ الدِّينَ فَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَنْ يَرْغَبُ عَنْ مِلَّةِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ إِلَّا مَنْ سَفِهَ. That no one will turn away from the millah of Ibrahim except for a person who is foolish. Meaning, if anyone wants to be successful, he will have to follow in the footsteps of Ibrahim وَلَقَدْ اصْطَفَيْنَاهُ فِي الدُّنْيَا وَإِنَّهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ. We chose him to be from amongst our special servants in this dunya, and in the akhirah he will be from the pious. Now, why was Ibrahim so special? إِذْ قَالَ لَهُ رَبُّهُ أَسْلِمْ. When Ibrahim was Rabb, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah Azza wa Jalla told him, Aslim, submit yourself. قال أسلمت لرب العالمين. He said, I have submitted myself to Rabb al-Alameen. Right? Now, going forward, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَوَصَّى بِهَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ بَنِيهِ وَيَعْقُوبُ. Now the same thing which Ibrahim did, his submission to Allah, he gave the same wasiyah to his progeny. وَوَصَّى بِهَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ بَنِيهِ وَيَعْقُوبُ. He gave the same advice to his progeny, and Yaqub alayhi further on, who was from the progeny of Ibrahim, he followed in the footsteps of his grandfather, and he also gave this advice to his son. What was his advice? His advice, one of the Mufassir would say, either the advice to submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Or the advice to follow in the footsteps of their forefathers. Meaning Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ismail alayhi salam, Ishaq alayhi salam. So he gave wasiyah to his children. What is wasiyah? Wasiyah is a person's parting advices to their loved ones right before they pass away. So usually what does a person do? Say, oh, I have this money, do this, I have this money, do that, this property, do this with that. Our wasiyah is always related to our dunya. What was the wasiyah of Ibrahim alayhi salam? Deen. Deen is deen that I have chosen for you, that I myself submitted to Allah in my lifetime. I chose this as my deen. This should remain your deen as well till you read your last. This is my wasiyah to you. This was the wasiyah of Ibrahim to his progeny, to his children. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes on and says that Yaqub also gave this wasiyah to his progeny. Now children are a very great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As with every blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to ensure that we use this blessing correctly. And these children, they don't belong to us. They are a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one of the greatest responsibilities of being a parent is to ensure that our children remain on the right path. That we guide our children, and wherever we cannot guide them, we take them to people and we show them the people who will be able to guide them further. This is the greatest responsibility of us being parents. And it is this responsibility which Ibrahim and Yaqub fulfilled, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning in this verse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning in this verse. So the tarbiyah of our children, not just we raise them, we feed them and we clothe them, these are the basic rights, but one of the rights of our children as well is that we give them a correct Islamic education. Islamic upbringing. Tarbiyah. Tarbiyah means that we don't only just send them to a madrasa 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock every evening and we have fulfilled their duty. It doesn't just mean that you send them to a teacher and we expect the teacher to do everything, right? It's their upbringing, the mahol, how we raise them, and the environment we give them at home, and it works as a whole system. One is the environment at home, the mehnat and the effort we do on our children, and the things we teach them as believers, what their core beliefs are, what their aqaid are, right? And at the same time, providing for them a correct Islamic education, right? Inside of it, and following up with that as well as parents. Not just we send them and then we don't know what they're doing. We don't follow up with what they're doing. We don't know what they're doing. And then we just send them to school and over there they're being brainwashed by someone else. Right? So we have to be on the same page like the madrasa, like the people who are teaching our kids. We work together so we can overcome those efforts that are being done in school, in the evil environment that's out there. Nowadays, it's a very bad environment. Kids are being taught such things which no parent would want their kids to learn. Not only Muslim parents, even non-Muslim parents. Those things which they wouldn't want their kids to be exposed to learn about in school, that is what they're being taught in school. So if we as believers cannot open up our eyes and see what our kids are going through in school and what they're being taught in school, that this is very sad. Because the non-Muslims have also realized, those people, those non-Muslims who actually care about their kids, who have some values, who still have some values and some morals, they also realize what's happening. And they're also standing up against this whole fitna that is there. So we have to open up our eyes and understand as well. We have to speak to our children. We have to ensure that they're being taught correctly when they're in our control, when they're in our environment. So, tarbiyah of the children. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions this in the Quran of Ibrahim alayhi salam as one of the important points. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions another place in the Quran, وَجَعَلَهَا كَلِمَةً بَاقِيَةً فِي عَقِبِهِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. What is the meaning of this? He made it a lasting word amongst his posterity so that they may return. Meaning, that Ibrahim salam, what is he did wasiyah to his children? And then, وَجَعَلَهَا كَلِمَةً بَاقِيَةً, He ensured that this was ingrained in their minds to such an extent that it will never come out again. This belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the core thing. Nowadays, we ourselves are sometimes shaky in our belief. We ourselves are lax when it comes to our obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. So how can we expect our children to come close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to fulfill the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? If we ourselves are lax, we ourselves are not doing what we're supposed to, so every generation becomes worse and worse as it goes along. We have to ensure that we came to this country, but our children should not become so mixed up with the environment, or we can say the social environment of the people who are around us, that they forget their deen. Deen should always come first. And this is what we should teach our children. Sometimes what happens is we say, yes, deen is first, but otherwise, the importance we give to school is not really given to the education. The importance we give to matters related to their dunya, to their secular education, we don't show the same importance to their Islamic education. Although, you can say, in the area where we live in, we're very lucky that we have strong makatib, strong evening schools, right? And also Sunday schools, which are very strong. In some places, they don't have these services. So because of that, many parents, they are giving this more importance than just how our kids go to school. They have to have a correct Islamic education. It's just that we had a award ceremony for our students, right? For their first term exams. We had the first term from January to June. So we're appreciating our students. So we're going through the averages of each class. And we saw that on average, every class, alhamdulillah, they did very well, the students. So it made us happy to see that just how they put effort in Islamic education, they're putting effort in their dini education as well. And sometimes the kids, we also see that they get upset when they don't get anything, when they see that they didn't do better than their peers. So for kids to feel that we didn't do good enough in our Islamic education, this is the best thing that a parent can ask for. This is the best thing that a community can ask for. That their kids, that their students, their kids, they're giving importance to their Islamic education. They want to learn. And when they cannot do as well, then they feel that, why didn't I do well? I should have done better. And so the importance is there. So we have to work with this and build on this as well. Build on this. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, this was one of the, we can say, the core values that he gave to his children. When we look at the life of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we see that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam also gave a lot of importance to tarbiyah. Let's take an example. One incident with his grandson, Hazrat Hassan, it was Hassan or Hussein, one of his grandsons, that they took a date of sadaqah and they put it in their mouth. It was lying somewhere, so they put it in their mouth. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, with his own fingers, he took out the date from their mouth and he said that we are the family, we are the Sayyid, we are the family of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And sadaqah is not permissible for us. A little kid, it was maybe a few years, 5, 6, not even less than 7 years old, a very small toddler, a small child. He put this date in his mouth. What did he? He removed it from his mouth. And he said, oh, this is not permissible for us. We are saying we cannot eat sadaqah. We cannot. He didn't say, oh, it's a small child, it's okay, it doesn't matter. He doesn't understand yet. We'll teach him when he gets older. No, from a young age, if his child does something wrong, we should tell them that this is wrong. We should teach them this is wrong, this is right. They understand. Kids as young as 2 can also understand what is right and what is wrong. On another occasion, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was sitting down with his stepsons. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he married Salama radiallahu ta'ala anha. When he married Salama radiallahu ta'ala, she said, oh Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you're asking me, you're proposing to me, but it's very hard for me to be a co-wife. I have young children as well. It's going to be very difficult. He said, no, don't worry, your children are my responsibility. Knowing what happens when a person remarries, or he marries someone who was married before, and they have children from another, the spouse's children from the other spouse, previous spouse, sometimes a lot of importance and attention is not given towards those children. So someone would think that he had multiple wives, and he had so many other responsibilities. What time would he be able to give his stepchildren? Not much. But no. He would sit with them and he would eat with them himself. Umar ibn Abi Salama radiallahu anhu narrates in a hadith that I was eating with Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَكَانَ يَدِي تَطِيشُ فِي الصَّحِيفَ. My hand was all over the plate. I was eating from this side and that side and that side. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he held him by my hand and said, Ya ghulam, Samillah. وَكُلْ بِيَمِينِكَ وَكُلْ مِمَّا يَلِيكَ. So first of all, this hadith shows that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam sat down to eat together with his stepchildren. He gave importance, he gave time to them. And then, when he saw that this child was doing something wrong, he was eating from the different sides of the plate, what did he say? He said, stop it. He didn't give him one Akbar on the face, right? No, he's very nice voice. He didn't even go straight to the point of his mistake. He began with something else. He said, oh my dear child, Samillah, take the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? So he taught him the adab of eating. Let's begin with the name of Allah. وَقُلْ بِيَمِنِكَ, eat with your right hand. And then he said, وَقُلْ مِمَّا يَلِيكَ. So the third thing he mentioned was a point where the child was showing some deficiency. He was eating from all over. So he said, my dear son, take the name of Allah. Eat with your right hand. So the child won't feel bad that he's stopping me or he's treating me in a bad way. Why? Because he's studying different adab. And then the third point he said, eat from that which is right. There's so many other examples. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's interaction with Anas radiallahu anhu. He came in the company of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam when he was 10 years old. He wasn't just to stay with Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the Khadim. And he stayed with him for 10 years till Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam passed away. His 10 years in Medina, he spent his whole time with Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam never raised his hand against me. He never told me to something I did that why did he do it, or something I didn't do, why didn't you do it? So this was the stuff, right? So it is our duty that we also try and bring the same style of bringing up our children, and we also give importance to this, inshallah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us tawfiq to Akbar, as we said. May He grant us tawfiq to take lessons from this life of Ibrahim and take just how he gave wasiyah of deen to his children. May He also give us a tawfiq to give wasiyah of deen to our children as well. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us tawfiq to fulfill our responsibilities as parents. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the happiness of this day and make every day a day of Eid for us. Eid is not only a one day, Eid is for every day where we obey Allah. This day is an Eid for us. Right, so let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make every day of our life a day of Eid for us, especially the day when we die. May He make that a day of Eid for us and take us in the condition that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is happy for us, happy with us, Inshallah, we'll begin the Salah in a few minutes. We'll just go over the method of the Eid Salah. Eid Salah is a wajib Salah, and with 6 extra takbirat, so we'll make intention. Before we do that, I want to ask everyone if you can please, in this space,